G'day all, Upwell and onwards here. Now, testing out the curvature of the micro layout, and yes, I finally got track down. Thank heavens for that. But I'm really unsure with how well the curvature is. So I pretty much took a bit of flexi, bent it to about as gingerly round as I could, trying to keep within these borders here, which I'm gonna plan on turning into embankments or something. So if something derails, it won't drop off. And I even fixed up some power to the track with these temporary straights on it. And trust me, they look horrible. I've seen roller coasters with better track. But it is meant to be based on a near rundown colliery line. And as we see, this little pug, it handles the curves alright. But with a bit of rolling stock behind it, let's just see. Now these are old Triang brake vans, so they got very small wheelbases, so should be no bother. And I figure if my my pugs can go around this track, then my Peckett loco will have no issues at all. The one thing concerns me is when I get this layout going is the size of loco to run, because I actually have tried a 6-coupled loco on this and it seems to work alright. And what I meant is this nice Austerity J94. Now it's a lot bigger than the Pug, and as we're about to find out how it looks going around this curve here. Now, to be fair, this jerry-rigged straights here, they were bits of old flexi track that were just sitting around for a very long time. And, well, this was of the old Atlas, literally hard straight track. The stuff that's real pain in the backside to form. So it was rusty and I had to give it a good clean before this. But here we go. And bit of a power issue. Obviously I did not clean the track enough. Constant hell of modelling. This track clean. There we go. Now let's try it. Okay, that's interesting. The couplers won't agree with the loco. That's an oddity. The couplers won't work with the loco, so I think I may have to remove one of the hooks, because I think the hooks were locking in together. But just the loco on its own. Alright, you just watch around the curve here and see for yourself if I get the loco in the right direction. That is stupidly tight. And my track supply is not exactly the best. It does look a bit oversized, I admit, so I don't know if I should even try running this on it. And to give an example of the type of load working I'll be using on this line, I'll use the Pug again, but with this nice wee double coal wagon with a small wheelbase, but very fine flanges on the wheels, so this curve should be interesting, because a simple straight from the end of the curve to pretty much the stud of the straight. It is really, really terrible. I mean, I would not be surprised if this falls in between the rails. And it did. But flick it the other way and it's more stable track, I believe. So, get the old pug on here and get her going. I apologize for the sunlight, but it's a sunny day, so what can you do? And on the bad stretch. I just called it right there. As soon as I hit that bad bit of track, done. Now, this next wagon choice is mainly for, for laughs, but I just want to see how it would look. Great Western bolster wagon, so this should be good. It looks worse, trust me. For that wagon, that is the most toy-like curve I've ever seen. It's a good thing I'm choosing this loco for such a layout because it's got such broad wheels. But yeah, I figure I'm gonna have to have such broad wheel stock like the Trying brake vans here, and some of my coal cars as well. But what I'm definitely gonna have to do with maybe one or two of them, if they're fixed like this, is get rid of one of the hook on arms, because my pug here has none. No hook on, it's just the D's of the tension lock. So it goes wherever. And that's got to be the worst bit of shunting I've just did. But yeah, you get the general idea. Basically, I don't know whether I should widen out the curve out to the edge and just put something like a shoulder on the edge of the layout. Just try and bend the camera down so you can see. Yeah. Just put a bit of a shoulder on the edge of the layout here. So that way I can work with that. And it's just not really going as easy as I first thought, admittedly. But I figure if I add a shoulder to the edges of the baseboards on both this and the big one up here, especially around certain areas on it, I can improve my running a lot, because I won't really have to worry that much about the trains coming off the tracks and falling off the layout. From here, that's not much of a drop, but this thing, it's at least twice as high. I mean, just for a fall from there to there, that's big. That is enough to ruin a loco. Something like these triangles here, no, not really. But something like, I don't know, say my Peckett, yes, because I can't really get another one anymore. Because, well, the sales are so good in the UK, it's kind of stuffed up some other places. And you know, they're hot items when they get recalled back to the United Kingdom for sales over there. Crikey. But yeah, what I figure on doing once I get the trap power fully established is pretty much solder a couple of wires under basically opposite ends of the line, so that way I get nice continuous power flow with no interruptions. And hopefully it means my trains will run a bit better. And to show what I meant about crap test jerry-rigging track is, well, I'll just take this bit off here because I haven't clipped the ends of this flexi yet. So, here's my testing section that I used on the straight there. Ain't that ghastly? The other bit, one end I had to pin down because we got the wires here. We got the wires over there. Yeah, it's a bit harsh. But yeah, after I figure this out a bit more, I am going to start work on a review video for a new loco I have. And I know I'm in the shot now. But yeah, it is tricky work. Because if I have to clip some mangled up rail off, then I have to file the ends down, and these are looking pretty worn. So that's a trip to the hardware shop. When I first started this project, I thought it'd be a lot easier, but it's a challenge. It's a challenge. But yeah, I'll get through it. No sweat. But yeah, also if you haven't noticed on here and what's in my hand, I finally got myself a set of these a set of pin vices. Thank heaven for that, because they've actually really saved me from swearing my head off quite a few times. And what I'm doing at the moment is just marking, well, putting a hole in a few sleepers that I will initially pin down. Because at the moment, the track's like a trampoline. I mean, it's just, if you can hear it, that's rubbish. Oh well. I might as well take a break from this and get to work on the review, which means about an hour and a half of research. Great. Oh, well, thank you all for watching this and taking the time to watch a Kiwi make a fool of himself. This is Upwell and Onwards, saying take care.